All right, everybody, I want to circle back to a topic and just start off by thanking all of you so much. When I was going through some of the comments on a recent video that we published, I'll explain the context if you missed that here in a second. Honestly, I got emotional because so many of you shared your own experiences and your own stories, and then were so supportive of what we were trying to do. And it means so much. It really can bring tears to the eye how incredible this community is and how much you guys care. So in the interest of that, I want to read you some examples of what people wrote. The context is I published a video doing a fundraising effort for an organization called the Miracle Foundation. And this has been my mother's mission to bring families together, support kids in the foster care system, and support vulnerable children. And we went through in that other segment, it's titled, I Need Your Help. So if you want more context, you can watch that. But exactly what that means and how these resources benefit children in the foster care system here in the United States and prevent them from going from one house to another and building that forever family. And that's what every single child deserves. And so as I'm going through some of the stories that people shared and comments that they left, you can go to the link, and I'm really asking you to, because this makes a huge difference. You can read more on the site about what the Miracle Foundation does, what our fundraising effort last year meant in the life of a family, and read all that you'd like. And then if you're inspired as we go through this to donate and you haven't yet, I really would appreciate it if you would. Link in the description of this video, whatever you're comfortable with, you can see there, you can select, or you can do your own amount to really make a difference. I think we talk a lot about problems, and it kind of feels like it's helpless. We're helpless in changing it. But something that is so consequential in the lives of people and in the life of our society, which is children having a loving, supportive family, and the family having the resources and the access to services and support to be that loving, supporting family. So here's some of what people wrote, and I just want to thank you guys. And again, this really hit my heart. Kelly commented on that video. I broke down the fundraising effort and why we're doing it, saying I was in the foster care system in the 80s and I had a wonderful foster mother who kept me till I was 19. She encouraged me to go to college and I was able to be a good, productive citizen. I have had to spend years of my adulthood in therapy to heal the sex and physical abuse, and I'm not a victim or survivor today. I am a thriver. Yes, that's amazing. If it wasn't for the support of someone that was willing to love and care for me, I wouldn't have learned to trust humans. My children were raised with two loving parents and were never abused. Please help Luke's fundraising. We all can help instead of complain and witness victims becoming perpetrators in the world today. It goes both ways, people. Our children raised in dysfunctional family systems are growing up as victims or perps. We need to provide the love when they are young. No abuse in any form should be allowed in our world. And yes, we need to get Trump out. He's using good people to harm others. He can care less about anyone but himself. He's a hurt person hurting people. We all get to say no. And I just we read through so many, so just know that we're only going to show a few examples here, but we read through so many, and that's why I want to do this, just to thank you. And it's just so vulnerable what people are sharing, and the fact that something that's really close to my heart and my mother's heart, and watching what the work that her and her organization, just amazing, loving people, have gone through to try to make sure children have a loving family, has been so inspiring. And the fact that something that close to my heart is so close to so many of your hearts, number one, is so heartening, but number two, speaks to just how consequential this system, the foster care system, is in so many people's lives, and why we need to do everything possible to address the problems that have gone unaddressed in too many cases. Context Clueless said, no matter what circumstances under which a family is separated, it is still traumatic for the children to experience. Children, especially younger ones, naturally love their parents regardless of flaws. The conditions under which they are parented make little difference to a young person who knows nothing else. Any support of foster children is imperative to help them heal, and we owe all of our children a safe and supportive environment in which they may thrive. As a former CPS caseworker, thank you, Luke, for highlighting this fundamental need. Absolutely, and thank you for the work that you did. Hayden said, 2 of my nephews come from the foster care system. Seeing it firsthand is absolutely heartbreaking. Please thank your mom for all the hard work she does. It's not for the faint of heart. And again, as we go through this, our goal was 250,000, and the one video happened to not get many views, which just happens sometimes, but that means a lot of people didn't get to see it and hear the message. And so I do encourage you to watch that. I Need Your Help is the title. If you search my name and then that, I'm sure it'll pop up, or go to our YouTube homepage just by clicking the profile photo, and you'll see it pinned there as well. But we're at $15,000. So that one video that did not get many views, still many of you, a huge percentage of the people who watched, as far as fundraising goes, ended up donating. And that's just incredible. And I'm so grateful for that. But we are hoping to do a lot more. And so that's why I'm bringing this to you a second time, as well as to thank everybody. Chris said, my siblings and I have been in and out of the system our whole lives. Some of my siblings are still in right now. My parents have been destroyed, and now I'm not able to see some of brothers and sisters. Not saying my parents don't share some blame, but it sure isn't the kids' fault. You have earned much respect from me, Mr. Beasley. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And thank you for sharing that. Susan says, thank you, Luke, for highlighting this organization. Child and family services are always overwhelmed. Too many children in foster care and not enough foster homes. Children in foster care are there through no fault of their own. Many parents are one step away from losing their housing and being unable to care for their children. Exactly. This organization sounds like a way to help keep children with their families. Yep. And I am a proud grandmother to 2 special needs children. My daughter and son-in-law fostered and adopted through our local county agency. I'll donate what I can to help children with their family. Again, the link is in the description if you feel inspired, and you can give whatever you're comfortable with. You can donate, share the video, share the website, hit the like button, which will spread the video. Donations are great, but if people don't know, they can't donate. Exactly, said at TigQ1430. And that's a great reminder too. And that's why I got a little bit bummed, because our average view per video, it came in well below that, and that just happens algorithmically sometimes. You pick the wrong title and thumbnail and kind of sync the video. And I know that everyone who did watch it, so many of you engaged with it, and all of you understood why I was bringing it to you and how important it is, but a lot of people just didn't even see it in their feed. And so I hope this one will be different. If you can share it to anyone that you know, if this is a cause that you see the importance of, as I think everyone does, then whatever you can do to spread it around, like, comment something, and help it reach more people, that's super crucial. And, someone said this organization prioritizes keeping children with their family, and then bringing children into a family and bringing a family around them. And often it just takes a little bit of support for a family to be able to stay a loving and supportive family around that kid. And that's where the system can fail sometimes. And that's why you have an average foster care kid throughout their life is in seven different homes. You can't build roots. It's so much harder to build roots when that's the case. And that can be changed. Or stories like this, as I broke down the other segment. Carmen, this is a one of the stories, as you see here, that really stuck with me and is an example of the impact of these fundraising efforts, is a mom in Austin, Texas, who lost her husband unexpectedly overnight. Grief, financial instability, and loss of housing collided, and her 2 kids, Alex and Maya, ended up in foster care. Not because Carmen didn't love them, but because life hit all at once, and the system didn't have room for her to fall apart and recover at the same time. Here's where your support mattered through Miracle Foundation's Family First methodology. Social workers were able to see clearly what Carmen needed, and just as importantly, what she didn't need. Instead of waiting for things to get worse, they activated the right interventions early: grief support, stable housing near the kid's school, securing steady work. Step by step, with the right interventions, Carmen rebuilt her life. Visits turned into overnights turned into home. Alex and Maya are now safely back with their mom, where they belong. This is what your generosity made possible last year. Not paperwork, not bureaucracy, real action, real families, real kids growing up in families. That's why I believe in this work, and that's why I'm grateful for all of you for supporting it. So again, this is linked in the description. It's so meaningful. I don't know if we'll hit the goal. It was a very big goal, but if you can give whatever you're comfortable with, and if you happen to have a lot of stuff sitting around and you want to give a heck of a lot, not stopping you. Let's do it. Let's make a real impact. What is all this for? All this advocacy and trying to care for people in our conversations if we don't actually manifest that into real action and real change? Thank you all so much. I appreciate all the stories you shared, all the emails we got, all the comments that were left. And it really does speak to how important this issue is, and then how amazing all of you are for caring. You really have amazing hearts. And I'm so grateful that we get to be associated in this way of a community.